Sup guys, I'm Dims and I'm bringing you a video about some things you may or may not know in Pokemon X and Y. These are some things I found out, some little things and some big things. Some of you already know this and some of you this will be totally new and it'll probably help you a lot through your adventure or your after game. Depends on where you are. Anyway, let's move on to the first thing. How to get more boxes in your PC. Alright, this is something most people did without even realizing they did or realize how they did it. Well, anyway, let me tell you. If you want more boxes in your PC, it's simple. Alright, you start off with 8 boxes. To get more or 8 more boxes, all you have to do is fill your PC boxes, each one of them with at least one Pokemon. Back out your PC and then boot it back up. Or next time you boot it back up, it will give you more boxes than what you had. I did this twice and I'm not sure how much you could do it, and I'm like, if you just hoard a lot of Pokemon, it'll probably do this when you get to that last box. Or if you're like me and want to get a little organizing with your boxes and don't have enough, you can always do this. It's helpful too. A few gardening tips. Now this is a little nitpicky. I'm just starting off with the small stuff first and it will get, more elaborate at the end. Anyway, for gardening, there's a few tips that you may not know. Like one, when you plant a lot of seeds, you can actually water them with all in one go without going to the next one and pressing do you want to water and doing it over and over again. This is just a tiny thing, but it makes it gardening a tiny bit better. And you can also use mulch. Some people might not know, up here, if you go up here, this is where you can find mulch, or you can use your berries to make mulch. Mulch is used for faster growing and I think growing the maximum number of berries. It depends on the mulch you get. I'm not sure, I just randomly combined berries and I actually got some rich mulch. Not even sure what it does. I'm thinking it maxes out my berries on each tree since I keep getting like 6 or 7 on each tree. But I don't know, and that's just a tiny gardening tip. Pokemon hordes that fight each other. I found this one actually interesting because in Pokedex entries, some Pokemon despise like other Pokemon, like have this natural instinct to fight each other. Now this could be shown in Route 18. In Route 18, if you stumble on a rare horde, you will see 4 Durants and 1 Heatmor. These are natural enemies in Pokemon by the Pokedex. And in this battle, in the horde battles, they will actually fight each other before fighting you. And this is also the only way to get a Heatmor in Pokemon X and Y, to my knowledge. Now, the Durant, they don't really do much, and you can always find Durants here and there, but Heatmor, Heatmor will be there. Just take out the Durants and then catch Heatmor. All 4 of them will attack the Heatmor, so be careful of that, but it's not going to do that much damage. Now the next horde is the Seviper Zangoose horde, which is on Route 8 and is an uncommon horde. This horde is actually version specific. If you're playing Pokemon Y like me, it will be 4 Sevipers and 1 Zangoose, and Pokemon X will be 4 Zangoose and 1 Seviper. They will attack each other. However, this is the only way, by my knowledge, that you could get a Zangoose. So if you're on Pokemon Y and you got 4 Sevipers attacking this 1 Zangoose, you're not gonna catch a Zangoose anytime soon. I've tried this 18 times, maybe to kill all the Sevipers, because they just keep biting and rapping that poor little Zangoose. And I just want him in my PC box. He's a cool Pokemon. I just want him, but they just keep killing him. I'm like, maybe you could do some other way, maybe you'll get lucky if you use maybe Rock Slide. Maybe we'll get lucky and Zangoose dodges it. But by that, I'm like, it's just good to have friends and GTS. Because really, you're not going to get a Zangoose if you do it this way. How to get a Premier Ball. Or Premier Ball. Premier Ball. Now, and then Pokemon X and Y is the only generation where they don't blatantly tell you that buying 10 Pokeballs will give you 1 Premier Ball. Now, in other versions they did, and some people might not even know this, so I just might as well throw this on the list. If you buy 10 Pokeballs from the Pokemon Center at once, the guy behind the counter will give you an extra Premier Ball. and it has to be 10. It can't be 9 Pokeballs. It can't even be 20 Pokeballs. It has to be exactly 10. So if you're hoarding up on Pokeballs and you just want an extra Premier Ball, just buy it by 10s. And this is also the only way to get a Premier Ball in the game. But there is one other way too. The Pokeball Boutique. Now this place has been overlooked and I don't know why. It's in Lumio City and it's on Autumnal Avenue. And if you get lost in the city like I do, just grab a cab. It'll get you some stylish points when you grab a cab. Anyway, in the Pokeball Boutique, it sells every type of Pokeball. Except for the main 3, Pokeball, Great Ball, and Ultra Balls, which you could pretty much get from any Pokemon Center. Anyway, it sells every type of Pokeball. And it even sells the exclusive Pokeballs that, like luxury balls, dive balls, and what else balls? Well, and Premier Balls. You actually just buy plain Premier Balls from here. Luxury balls and dive balls you can't really buy anywhere. Unless, you pick them up from around, like, random items throughout the game, like random finds. Or if you talk to the fisherman, you can get 20 dive balls if you outbeat his fishing score. But anyway, this is just a place where you get all Pokeballs, no hassle. Next is the Herboriste. I'm sorry, I suck at names. The Herboriste, whatever, the herb store. It is another place that's been overlooked. It's right next to the Fur Fruit Parlor and the Stone Emporium, and right across the street from the expensive boutique on Vernal Avenue. Now these whatever, they sell actually things that are cheaper than what the Pokemon Center has. It's pretty much like revival herbs, energy root, healing power, and energy powders. These actually do exactly the same things as potions and revives, but at a cheaper price. And I'm like, no matter how much money you have, a cheaper price is a cheaper price. You could just buy more of it. And this place has been overlooked, and I just recently found it too. Next is Wonder Trading. Now, Wonder Trading is a simple thing. You just choose a Pokemon and train it at random with someone else anywhere. It could be across the world, it could be anywhere. Now, I just bred my 5 IV Arcanine that knows 2 egg moves. And as you could think, I have a lot of little Growlithe running around in my boxes. Well, not that much, because I want to train them off. Now, it's Wonder Trading unofficially have been named basically where you give out your scraps. And scraps are pretty much the Pokemon that you didn't need when you were breeding for your perfect Pokemon. And I'm like, it's actually really good. Because when you give off these scraps on Wonder Trade, you clear up your box, and you also could get a Pokemon that, you never had before. And also, when you give off this to people, people are excited when they actually get like half IV trained or whatever Pokemon. Because, these are actually good Pokemon that you're pretty much breeding. And I'm like, if you're not even into competitive battling that much, you could just take these Pokemon and just battle some of your friends. Because they probably will be better than what most of your friends are bringing. And, they'll probably get into one and trading too, or even training themselves or whatever. However, let me give you this little disclaimer. If you are breeding and going to Wonder Trade off, just keep this in your head. Alright? I don't need this Pokemon. I'm trying to get rid of it. And maybe someone else can use it. And it's just the goodness of me giving it out. And I also could earn Pokemiles, which I will talk about next. Now you want to keep that in your head, because when you Wonder Trade, you don't know what you're going to get. And especially me, when I get a whole bunch of these Flabé bitches and Catardicks. I'm sorry. Sometimes it just gets me angry. Because, hey, I just gave you a 4 IV Zoroark, and you give me a damn Weedle. And then you dare have the audacity to freaking click it, just send me a big old thing that's saying, nice, thanks for that, I will hunt you down and kill you. So sometimes, just keep it in your head. You already have the best version of this Pokemon, and just giving it out to people who need it. But be warned that you might get a few Catardicks here and there. But it's not all bad, because sometimes you'll get other people that's trained off scrap, and hey, and other people just train off good Pokemon that may be exclusive to their versions and not yours, and it's just a real good time. But really, if you're gonna trade off something, just trade off Scatterbugs, cause just getting a Scatterbug is actually way better than getting anything else, especially from a different region, or just something else. But anyway, I'm rambling. On to the next thing. Alright, just a quick little thing before I go on. Sometimes when you get traded Pokemon, they might have they might be marked with the little shapes. Now, a breeding technique to keep track of what you have and whatever when you breed for IVs is to mark these shapes accordingly. So if you get any of these Pokemons with it marked in these areas, that most likely means they have perfect IVs in these areas. The second gym's Waterfall. Now, this is like a secret waterfall. It's not really secret, but I found it when I was in the gym because I like to explore. So basically, you go in the gym, go up to the right, keep following it, and then you'll find this under cave with benches. You sit on the bench and you can see the view of this beautiful waterfall. So, since you were able to sit on benches, thank you, bench god, there's really no reason to stand up. Well, it just feels weird when you're a person just stands in a random place while you might be EV training or freaking wonder trading. So this nice tranquil waterfall to cool you down after you wonder trade and get a whole bunch of crap, but it will just cool you down and be like, that's awesome graphics. It definitely calms my rage. Pokemiles. Now, Pokemiles are just these weird things. I'm not really sure how to really get them, but as they say, the best way to get a lot of Pokemiles is to wonder trade. So, but when you get all those Pokemiles, you want to fly to Lumio City. Just, click anywhere except for the middle, and it'll send you to the Pokemon Center. Go into that Pokemon Center and talk to this guy. He is the Pokemiles guy. Basically, he will sell you things that you can't really get anywhere else for Pokemiles. Those things mostly being, even though just scroll to the bottom, there's only two things that's really worth it, in my opinion, which is rare candies and PP ups. And I'm saying more PP ups than rare candies because there's been found other ways to level up your Pokemon really faster than rare candies and level up like at least 2 or more at one time. So I would rather use those other ways. But if you got that little one Pokemon that's about to evolve, like maybe a Gligar, and it's nighttime and you're about to go to bed and you just want to evolve it one more level because you got the Fang on it, just give it a rare candy. It doesn't hurt. I'm not going to level up a Pokemon from 1 to 50 with rare candies. I'll use the other method. But anyway, so rare candies and PP ups. And PP ups are important, especially if you're into competitive battling, because you might have seen me. I kind of got screwed over when I didn't have enough PP in my move. And it cost me a battle. So PP ups are good to have to just add to low attack moves with low PP. And that's it. And last but not least, multi-battling. Now, after you beat Pokemon X and Y, everybody got that feeling like, hey, there's not really much to do in this after game besides looker and stuff, or become a competitive battler. Now, if you want some extra fun, here's something you could do. In Cyllage City, the very last city you unlock after you beat the game, go to the Battle Maison, and if you go up the stairs into the room, you notice that there's that little battle thing where you can earn some battle points from. Now, the last tab, because it goes single battles, double battles, triple battles, rotation battles, and multi-battles. Now, multi-battles is this thing where you can actually battle with a friend. However, it has an infrared connection, which basically means you and the friend have to be in the same room. So if you have a friend or a sibling with the game, and that lives in the same neighborhood, this is something awesome that you guys could do together and earn some BP. However, if you don't have that friend and still want to do it, you can. Now, it will ask you if you would like to communicate with a friend. You could easily press no. When you press no, it will bring up a list of people you can do this battle with. You can actually go into the multi-battles with one of your little rivals from the main adventure, or one of your friends that has your friend code. This is actually really something really cool. It's like a tag battle, and each one of your rival friends will have certain Pokemon. It'll be these Pokemon they have, which aren't bad. You only can enter with 2 of your Pokemon on your team, and they have 2 of theirs. However, since they're computer AI, there's no way to control them. And also, when you battle with a person that has your friend code, or even yourself for some reason, they will show up as these weird little models of people. And I think the people they're wearing the clothes that your friend is currently wearing when they gave you their friend code. But each of these little, I guess, mannequin looking people, I'm not sure, they suggest that they are fans of your friend or whoever and is inspiring to be them. Now, here's a weird thing. Everybody on this thing is given 2 random Pokemon. And it's like not random each time. It just randomly selects it. And that's, just their Pokemon if you choose that friend. You can always look at each friend's, and just by hovering over them and clicking them, it will just show you what Pokemon they will be using in what order. And you can even battle with using yourself or one of the mannequin people that is a fan of you or whatever. Now, yourself will also have 2 random Pokemon, and I'm thinking the random Pokemon you have for yourself is basically what all your friends is going to see you use. And for some reason, I have a Skunk Tank and a Thundurus. Whatever. But coordinate your team based on the person you're going to choose. Because trust me, the AI works their way around you. They will work around you guys as Pokemon. The more harder it is for them to do that, the more easier it is for you to continue winning and battling. Now, your partner's AI, it will do either one of 2 things. It will basically, based on what Pokemon it has, will try to take out the strongest Pokemon, or just take out the Pokemon that's least or super effective to it, and just, it's just gonna try to do its best. But it will operate and only make moves it thinks is best while completely ignoring you. So if it knows moves like Earthquake, and it feels like that's the best thing to do in the situation, no matter what Pokemon you have, it's about an Earthquake away. And mostly with all spread moves, which that hits all opponents on the field or the opponents on the opposite side of the field. If the computer Pokemon knows that move, it will use it a lot. So if you know Earthquake or Blizzard or even Surf, expect to see a lot of those flying out here and there. That's why nothing really beats a friend that has the game. And they're human and you can actually talk to them. However, if they're just that bad that even trying to coach them in the same room isn't helping, then you should go to the AIs, because not all AIs are bad. I mean, looking at your friends' Pokemon, they actually got a decent Pokemon for really what they do. And depending on your friend, you can actually get something really great or really terrible. For example, I'm not even sure who this person is. I added them. And they have Murkrow. Not Murkrow. They have a Marowak. Okay, there we go. And Marowak, all he does is just Earthquake the shit out of everything. So, the Pokemon I was using at the time didn't have Fly, or wasn't flying, or levitating. So I pretty much got killed me more than he actually hurt the other people who basically just destroyed him. But I got this other friend, which I met them off of Reddit when I was looking for a friend safari. You know, I'm gonna put that in the description. If you're looking for friend safaris, you go to this Reddit page and find what you're looking for. Anyway, he had an awesome safari, so I added him. I got, you know, Pokemon, and when I went to the Battle Maison, he actually had a killer team. Mostly a Latios and a Meganium. Now his Latios, I'm just you know rambling. His Latios, all I seen was 3 moves. It's a choice specs Latios that Draco Meteors, Thunders, or use Psychic and just fucking destroys. It doesn't even need the 4th move. I'm like, sometimes you could get lucky, and to him, since that's his Pokemon, he could probably do Battle Maison with himself and just get far, like I did. Now, like I said before, how they will work their way around you, the AI eventually get harder. And depending on what Pokemon you have is going to be dependent on what they would choose or what moves their Pokemon will have. You like see it as you go on. It slowly but surely builds, and you just see it. Because first you're going to be fighting first evolution Pokemon, then you're going to be fighting final evolution Pokemon that has air balloons, leftovers, life orbs, even a lot of gems too. Or just eating a whole bunch of lumberries and different stuff. So they will work their way around you if you don't change up. And sometimes you just can't change up unless you like change Pokemon. But then you might have to change your whole completely style. But anyway, so it does get harder, and it's actually a really fun challenge with you and your friend, and this is just a really fun way to earn BP. But during this time in the Battle Maison, when you keep going, you actually see a lot of cool Pokemon, some from previous generations that you know can't get yet until the Pokebank comes out. And one thing I really like is seeing Feraligatr. Oh my god, they got his model right. He looks way better than the shit they did in Battle Revolution. But anyway, that's just me. You can just see a whole bunch of past Pokemon and different stuff, and it's just really cool. And you can spend your BP or battle points on a few items that's used for competitive, like some red cards, focus sashes, and life orbs. Basically, just really, really good items. And you know, heck, shoot. But this isn't the fastest way to get BP. The fastest way is actually the Battle Institute. Ha! You like that nice transition. Anyway, the Battle Institute, let me tell you this. Bring your best Pokemon, your best team setup, bring your A game. Because, listen, you only get 5 battles at a time without any breaks. Just 5 continuous battles. And unlike the Battle Maison, you can't really save these battles as recording, because they will be awesome battles, some of them, and I wish I could record it. But however, these people, they just just know that these are the top dogs when you go into the Battle Institute in Lumio City. They will bring out the items, they will bring out the strats, everything. The only battle they will take to learn your Pokemon is the very first battle. After that, they're pretty much coordinated and are ready to go. They're all EV trained. They probably will EV train opposite of you. So if your team's special attackers, they're gonna probably have high special defense Pokemon and just stuff like that. And it's really brutal how they will treat you. You're on your own, and you get to either choose single or double battle training. Now, if you do succeed and beat all 5, I think you get a payout of 15 or 20 BP, which, you know, and you also get an extra item, which is actually great. 5 battles equal 20 versus the Battle Maison, where each battle is each battle starts off at 1 BP, then after your 10th one you get 2, then when you go to the super, after, you know, the 20th one, you start getting 2 and 3 and 4. So 5 battles paying out 20, that's a lot, but these are brutal. Want to know how brutal? Let me just tell you this. My 4th battle. This is the 4th battle with my team. Here's my team, and here's the 4th battle's team. Yeah. instead of all the older generations, they will bring out legendaries on you. And I barely beat this. It came down to my Charizard. He was alone because I was doing a double battle, and luckily he didn't miss his heat waves. Luckily. But that was only the fourth. Here comes the fifth. Yeah, I only killed like one of his Pokemon on the fifth one, and then I just died. I got like what 13 BP for doing that, and I'm like, yay. But it is hard. You're doing it alone. So if you got your if you got your team ready and just want to test them out, just put them up against these guys in the just do the Battle Institute. You know, it is actually pretty cool. But you know, if you want to chill with a friend or want to slowly go up, and you know, soon you will be getting a lot more than you would at the Battle Institute over a longer period of times. You know, you can do the Battle Maison. But that's about it, guys. That's all. These are some things that I learned in Pokemon X and Y that you might not have known. Well, now you know. So if you actually learned something, please like the video, subscribe, because I will be doing more. And just for the extra hell of it, you can follow me on Twitter, because like I was saying, those little Growliths that I have that you saw in my box, those are basically the best Growliths. They just know, they have I think at least 2 IVs, maybe 3, and they know they're both of their egg moves, which is Close Combat and Flare Blitz. So if you actually want one of them, because I'll just give them to you. So just follow me on Twitter and send me a message saying you want the Growliths. And I also got a few more. I think I have a few multi-scale Dratinis. Well, not multi-scale, they're Marvel scale. But when you get them as a Dragonite, they will be multi-scaled or whatever. And I have a few Electrics. Electrifier? No, those little green dogs. Electrics. I have a few of those too. And awesome Agrons, or not Agrons, Arons, Aarons, whatever. You know what they are. I have a few of those too. So if you follow me on Twitter, or if you just want to follow me on Twitter, because I will be probably breeding more Pokemon, hint hint, and I'll just tweet out when I have a lot of good scraps. So if you really want any of these Pokemon, just send me a message on Twitter after you follow me saying you want this, and I will give you the best ones that I have. So first come, first serve. First ones to do it get all the best ones. You know, last ones get all the mediocre best ones. So yeah, I've been Dims, and I'm out. And one last thing. Today is my birthday. Yes, I'm recording on my birthday. Well, I finished editing on my birthday. And you know, I would just appreciate it if you guys leave maybe a happy birthday. Even if you're watching this and you know, maybe not being my birthday, you don't really have to leave anything. Because the one thing I just wanted to talk about is going in the Pokemon Center on your birthday. Oh my god, Pokemon has a surprise for you. It's small, but it really made me smile. I actually thought my DS was broken for a second. But you know, when it gets time for your birthday and you go out and check out the Pokemon Center, it's a real nice surprise. So you know, that's it. See you guys.